Hi, everybody. Welcome to your Wednesday coaching call. My name is leehonish. I am the president of Home Advocates. It is an organization designed to help homeowners who have missed payments. We work one very specific niche, people who've missed a payment. What does that mean? 31 days at 5 p.m., you are officially in default. I don't know where the word default got screwed up along the way, but the reality is at 31 days at 5 p.m., people are in default. We help people who've missed that first payment. Generally speaking, it is about uh, selling properties for them. Generally, they will try to do a lot of things, and 80% of those people who miss at least three payments will wind up transferring title. So we have banded together with a group of like-minded real estate professionals, and we go out, we find them, we talk to them, we educate them, and ultimately, in 80% of the cases, we wind up selling to them. It's as simple as that. That's what we do. Our job is to educate the public. Our job is to educate real estate agents. Our goal is to help 1,000 agents be advocates. And our goal is to help 1 million homeowners, since there are at least 3 million of them based on the records that are going into foreclosure on a month by month basis. That's something we're going to talk about. If you want more information about the company, just type in the words Home Advocates with an S on any browser, on any search bar, and it will bring us up. We are on the very first line. We're actually above government organizations. Today, I am joined by our COO, Fred Solomon. How are you, Fred?
Hey, good morning.
There you go.
Doing good.
We had a fun first half hour talking about public speaking with our active coaching students and some guests and visitors. But now we're going to talk about something a little more interesting, I guess, which is the reason you're here, which is NAR projecting a 9% sales drop over the year after they said there wouldn't be a sales drop. It would be a plateau. We'll continue to sell houses. Prices will continue to gain. Blah, blah, blah. Words, words, words. Everybody is so different a year from today, Fred. Everybody is so different a year from today.
Yeah. Well, they, the, the government has changed their tune. The government has gone from real estate is going to go up, or, the talking heads have said that. But now the government wants to foreclose on properties to increase the inventory issue. I mean, not the government per se, but they want to encourage more listings because of the lack of inventory to bring these values down, because everybody sees that what's going on in the marketplace is low inventory. And if it's a supply and demand issue, even if interest rates are 2.5% higher, the prices are never going to drop if the demand is greater than the supply. So they're trying to increase the supply. And how do they do that?
Right.
Well, they foreclose on properties that should have been foreclosed on already, so to speak.
Yeah, there was certainly telltale signs about it, right? So let's rewind a year ago. Oddly, out of the blue during the summer, just before summer, we were terrified of the foreclosure and eviction epidemic, which apparently has gone away in a year. Can you believe that? The news hasn't covered it one more time since that big rush to the moratorium. All right, we'll let that one go. Then you jump to this very random Sunday night where John Oliver does a piece about home equity and generational wealth and how much equity there is in the market right now. Okay, that's fine. I got it, right? And we're cruising all the way into November at this very weird little fever pitch where Zillow does whatever you think they did. We've documented it. And by the way, go to Home Advocates and you can watch videos. I'm not going to rehash it. Then in November, we hit the first holiday and nothing is said for at least 2 quarters of data. So what happens after the first quarter of data comes out in March, which is kind of what I said would happen? We get to the end of the first Q, people start releasing their reports. And now this is documentable, and I'm going to show the stats, but you can literally go online and look at Zillow, Open Door, Redfin, EXP, KB Homes, and BlackRock. They have been losing money consistently. Like their stocks are not what they were at the pandemic peak. Now, there's no coincidence to that. There's literally no coincidence to that. And then a week ago, what Fred's talking about, the government finally rolled out one of their promises, which was we're going to create affordable housing. And I think it was Don, one of the people I shoot red with. He goes, they didn't talk about about foreclosures or evictions at all. And I go, exactly right. An entire White House briefing where you have 3 million people that are extremely delinquent per Black Knight, not my conversation, another million people who have forbearance agreements with no solution. So you're looking at 3 to 4 million people, depending on which story you want to believe on that topic, that don't have a solution. And there were rumors of 40-year loan mods. Like we had heard all kinds of crazy stories over the last year of what was going to happen in this market. And then last week we get a White House press briefing about how to create affordable housing and what we're going to do with the housing sector. And there is no mention of that at all. There's nothing about renters that are going to be evicted all over the country here in the next 6 months. Like there's an exodus of foreclosures that will, my guess, I had said May is when they would get serious. Probably by June, we're in June now. I think you kind of get it past the summer season. I think it starts to get real serious around August or September, where the courts start to have to physically deal. And I don't know what's more important, the renters that are getting evicted or the foreclosures on homes. Because the banks are not making any deals because people have equity. There's no reason to make a deal with them. There's no reason to do loan mods. There's no reason for it when there's equity. I mean, that's very simple asset management 101. I'll get all my fees on the backside. You got $200,000 worth of equity. And if you think your lawyers are going to stop it, that's just crazy. So here we are at the
Well, they
beginning.
can stop it temporarily with the Chapter 13, but that's only for about 45 days.
Yeah, plus or minus. I mean, and that's what makes this interesting. So if you don't know, they do something called annual seasonal adjusted. So they don't base their percentages, or Lawrence Yun of NAR doesn't base his percentages based on how many properties there are to how many sales. They adjust, right, to annual traffic, annual sales historically. That's what he says or that's what he means when he says adjusted. I'm checking with Terrell. I think I said that correctly. So 3 years ago, we had 1.5 million transactions. So for the month over month, let's just use a figure of 100,000. And let's say that our month over month this year was 50. It's the percentage overall. I got it right, didn't I, Terrell? I think that's the simplistic explanation for people. There are a lot of people in real estate that do this very weird thing of going, no, we have less properties. That's why that's happening. No, no, that's not why it's happening. They adjust for that. So it's always crazy for me when I hear those things. So these are all compounding factors that we've been watching over the course of the year. And we created this organization and I've been tracking it. And I would like to say that I've been pretty spot on with my timelines up till now. And I think that this final, third and fourth quarter, we've been watching the increase in foreclosure activity. And now you've got NAR doing a 180 on a position they had 1 year ago today. Actually, they had it in December. Sales will still be strong. Everything will be great. And today we learned, yesterday, the 25th, sorry, where am I? So 5 days ago, sales are going to drop by 9 to 10%. New home sales are dropping by 15%. Talking to the advocates in the market, Tina Herman was telling me that, new home sellers are actually getting desperate in moving properties. Then I heard this fact today, Fred, and this is the one that actually bothered me the most of whether or not we're in a bubble. So there's something called a savings rate, and Terrell can correct me on this if I've got it wrong. There's something that they keep track of called the savings rate. That's how much money people keep on hand. They came out with a new report that it's 4.4%, making it the lowest in history, which to me is mind boggling. That means that the bulk of the people in the United States making mortgage payments or making rental payments or buying homes are living paycheck to paycheck.
Oh yeah, we already know that.
Right. And now, what are we at, Fred? 5.3?
On what?
What's the 30 year?
Oh, let's
Have
see.
we gotten to 6 yet? So I can reach my goal of 7 before the end of the year.
Let's just take a quick little
I'm
look.
sorry if I'm rooting for a 5.5, people. I got to be honest. To make a bold prediction of 7% at the beginning of the year and everybody thinking I was insane. Nobody thought I'd be here either.
I thought you were insane.
I knew you did.
5.25. Oh, actually,
It dropped a little.
5.125. Yeah, because there's
They
been a
brought it
lot of
down.
recession talk.
Yeah, there is, right? So literally in 30 days, they're going to announce we're in a recession.
Yeah.
They are. There's no question about it. Gas is officially at an all-time high. You got Biden running around trying to figure out how to save, his second term, I guess. The policies of what's happened, like the spending was out of control, all because of, I would point to the pandemic. I would. And if you look at, and if you want to look at an economic indicator of what this all looks like big term, feel free to go on YouTube and type China economy, the number 2 global economy, and what their second lockdown has done to that country. Like they've literally crippled that country. Like they're now the US is talking about sanctions against them, for goodness sakes. I mean, it's completely out of control. So, what do I see and what do I project for those of you in real estate when it comes to getting a listing? And I think that's the bigger question that we're talking about here, Fred, which is go fish where they ain't, right? The days of door knocking, cold calling, and mailers and thinking you got a slick presentation are over. You've got to be a specialist in real estate or you're not going to survive. I don't see any way around it. Now, do I think more properties are coming on the market? Yes. But I also think that there are the same number of real estate agents that will become very active when those various forms come online. So if there are, let's just go with Black Knight's numbers and say there are approximately 3 million people that are getting foreclosed upon in the next calendar year. The question would be, do you think that there will be 3 million traditional listings coming online in the next year? And my answer to that when hunting is no, because for the last couple of seasons, we've only done 400,000 transactions per year in a calendar year. Prior to that, we were up to about 1.4, and I think at the peak, 2. So again, do I think, much like 2007, when people started doing short sales, that people are going to get involved who have no clue with what they're doing? Absolutely, I do. Do I think people are going to get hurt? Absolutely, I do, which is the number one reason I built this company and worked so hard at it, is to talk to you guys directly and get you guys involved with pre-foreclosure work. They're not bad people. They're just people who want to keep their house till the last minute. That's a t-shirt, Fred. They're not bad people. They're just people who want to keep their house till the last minute. Then they want you to sell it.
Yep.
And that's the reality. I mean, what laid out with all the economic data, all right? And I mean this legitimately. Feel free. I've got the Zillow stock number up, the open door. I could do all the screen shares for you guys. I don't like people who do that. I can put graphs up. I can do all that stuff. I want you to do your own research. What I love most about my students is when they send me market data of what they went down the hole or what they saw on a news feed or what they saw on YouTube. And again, everything is media, everything has an effect on media. The question I have is, When do they panic, Fred? When does the general public panic and go, oh, I'm at the top of the market, I want my equity, right? Does the market flood? Let's go with something simple. And this is very true, and I've told people about this for a year. BlackRock has lost $200 a share on their stock over the last year or so with this whole thing. What happens if BlackRock decides that they need to appease their people and decide to start selling off, their portfolio and wait for the bottom of the market? They see market data just like I do. Um, I mean, Zillow has the best market data, and they still can't seem to correct their ship. But they were aware of it, and they're liquidating their properties. They're preparing for a down market, but we want
No,
to ignore that. Everyone
liquid
seems to ignore it.
they liquidated their property. Zillow liquidated, past tense, $550 million in losses. Yet they said before the end of the year, and we've said this 5 million times, that they anticipate prices to go up 11%. That to me is the biggest slap in the face to anybody with half a brain, for them to say, oh, I'm selling everything, but yet, oh, we're going to predict that prices are going to go. I mean, why would, oh my God, that just still bothers me. I can't even tell you.
Well, I'll tell you why it doesn't bother me as much as watching CNBC and watching whoever that guy. Somebody always corrects me on this, who the guy was on the business report, of going, well, Zillow's not got the smartest CEO. What did they say about Wells Fargo when they did the exact same thing, cutting? Oh, you know what? Wells Fargo has made a lot of mistakes. They had that whole thing where they were double charging. By the way, banks have historically double charged and found every loophole to take extra money from clients forever. That is not new. I think it's totally crazy. And then I agree with you, Fred. The double slap was watching CNBC saying, "Oh no, that they don't know how to run an $8 billion company. Clearly, they're out of control." Then you jump to, "Oh yeah, no, it's going to go up, 10, 11%." I've been saying since day one, somewhere the decline in value is going to be between 10 and 20% for the year over year. Have I hit it yet? Nope. But I don't think we're that far away from it. Certainly, we're getting more inventory. Here's a unique thing about our RED program. I talk to people in almost every single market, every single week. We always start with a housing report, and then we normally do a topic. That's normally what we shoot every week. And that what I am noticing trend wise, days on market are up. We no longer get 40 offers on a property. Now we're down to 10. They're all still selling at the top of the market in the hot markets. No question about that. But there is a definite change in the market. I don't know what realtors are doing to get listings, Fred. I'm not saying this like a jerk. So yeah, most real estate agents don't have a referral list of past clients, right? Number two, most people are not doing some form of direct marketing to a targeted group of individuals. Number three, almost 90% in my mind have no digital footprints whatsoever. The market is dramatically changing. I know that I have a couple of brokers on the line. I would be very interested to know, what are they just happy with 2 listings a year? Are you just a happy husband or a happy wife who's happy with 1 or 2 listings and you're married to a lawyer? How does that work? I want to believe that everybody is doing this to make money and to propel their lifestyle. And it also creates freedom for us. That's why we got into real estate. But if you listen to the other coaches, it's about more work, harder work, better presentations, double down, work harder. It sounds silly to me.
Your approach is to send out a mass text message or a mass email or a voicemail to all the people. My approach is to call each person individually and have a one-on-one conversation and basically say something like this. Hi, this is so-and-so. I'm calling from Fred's team. I just want to let you know that, we know that real estate's at an all-time record low on inventory. And because of that, we see a market shift because of higher interest rates. So we're just calling back our old clients to let them know that if you were thinking of selling, now might be a really good time. And if you're interested in having a conversation with Fred, I'll put you in touch with him and he'll tell you what's going on in your neighborhood. If that's it. That's it.
That is it. I agree with you, Fred. If I literally had the patience for it, that's exactly how I would do it. Or if I like to talk to people on the phone. That's also a problem with me. You can I think what an individual in real estate, it doesn't matter if they're an investor or not, right? Like you need to know what your strengths and your weaknesses are, right? And then you play to your strengths to give you momentum. And this game is all about momentum. Real estate and marketing are all about momentum. And the minute you stop, you got to start again. Like you literally go back to the bottom of the hill. You got to start over. You might as well start like you're at zero. And it's always about keep moving, keep talking, keep working, keep talking about it on the street, keep marketing, do the direct marketing, do the for most people would know the monster system, the tagging system. Uh, Keep moving, keep propelling yourself forward. Never give up on the process. And I'm going to take a bunch of questions offline, but I'm going to drop the group on Facebook. For those that are here live on the call, we are changing our pricing system. So for most of you, in fact, all of you on this call, because I know who you are, that is a link that you can upgrade into our platinum group. We give you leads. We give you a call center now. We actually have multiple approaches. I think really most importantly that I keep selling that nobody seems to get. If you meet someone, all you have to do is type in Home Advocates into your phone and you're on the front page listed with your information. You actually get page one of Google. And I will say this till I am blue in the face. If anybody from any organization can prove to me that they are on the front page of their corporate website, I would love to see it. I mean, you are one stellar individual. You are 0.0001%. All of my people are 100%, and that's why they're on the front page. And that's just one of the features. Tomorrow, we're actually going to roll out a scaled down version. And I'm just going to share this with Fred so he has a copy of the video. And with me, I know him. And I'm going to be nice for that group and give them that as well. All right, cool. I'm going to end Facebook. I'm going to stop this recording. So please take advantage of the offer or the opportunity. When I do the first webinar, it is all over. We were trying to do it yesterday to get it done today, but I was shooting video. So please take advantage of using that link and upgrade, because you will kind of not like the new price or the way the program is kind of be structured. I'm not going to include leads. I'm not going to include the call center. It'll be more like the original program. You'll have all the coaching, you'll have all the, all the other information and the other approaches, and you will be on the front page, but there will be a monthly fee as well. I'm expecting 1,000 agents to sign up over the next 3 to 6 months. So I'm just informing you of what I knew from 2007. And this is exactly the same. All the economic data is indicating the same thing. So please take action.